This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Today, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner walked into a St. Louis courtroom in a case that could decide whether she's removed from office. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Attorneys for Gardner and the Missouri Attorney General spent hours making their case to a judge. So let's check in with Mark Maxwell, who is live in downtown St. Louis. Mark.
No cameras or cell phones are allowed inside, no laptops rather, inside the courtroom. So we're watching out here on a live stream to see how the judge could rule any minute. Just moments ago, the judge gave an indication that when he does rule on this case and how it should proceed, that his rulings are going to be, quote, more favorable to disclosure, meaning handing over more documents than not. He suggests he does plan to allow at least some portion of this case against Kim Gardner to proceed. Attorneys for Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner argued that this is merely a political crusade that defies democracy and pries into the inner workings of an office that's critical to public safety. They dug in and argued against divulging sensitive information, claiming that could have a chilling effect on further witness testimony in important criminal court cases. It's important to consider the context coming into this court hearing today. Kim Gardner walks into the courtroom weaker and more isolated than she's ever been in this job, with trial attorneys leaving her office under massive caseloads. So in court today, her lawyers argued that a fishing expedition, in their words, like this would add crushing workload and further cripple the office.
Your Honor should dismiss the amended petition in quo warranto that the Attorney General filed in its entirety. It's a poorly considered political move that doesn't remotely state a lawful claim for Ms. Gardner's ouster under the well-established law of Missouri.
When we talk about 19,000 cases, and if you add up all the case numbers during Ms. Gardner's term in office, the amended petition pleads that there were 2,700 cases dismissed by the court. A majority of those cases were due to Ms. Gardner's failure to either prosecute those cases, turn over discovery, or comply with speedy trial requirements.
Some dramatic moments unfolded just at the last few minutes here that stem from recent resignations at the Circuit Attorney's Office. An attorney for Natalia Ogurkowicz, that former prosecutor who just quit, stepped forward and told the judge he was there to represent her interest and argued the city shouldn't be able to squash the subpoena of Ms. Ogurkowicz, who just quit. She was the attorney who was assigned to that tragic case of Janae Edmondson. And we saw that right now there appears to be an attempt by the Circuit Attorney's Office to muzzle her or to keep her testimony out of this case. Natalia Ogurkowicz was in the courtroom. We could hear from her potentially, along with the Attorney General and the Circuit Attorney. As soon as this court hearing wraps up, we expect that to happen any minute now. Live downtown, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
And we will, of course, keep you updated on this legal battle on air, online at ksdk.com, and on the 5 on your side app.
A group of St. Louis County mayors want to combine the City of St. Louis and St. Louis County prosecutors' offices. In their request to the Missouri legislature, the mayors cite significant problems in Kim Gardner's office.
Elise Schoenig joins us in studio after learning more about this plan today. Elise.
Yeah, that's right. So these county mayors, essentially, they're saying that there are many voices, but not enough conversations. That's why they hope solutions like combining these prosecutors' offices will get the real talk going.
When a foundation is crumbling, you fix what's broken.
This is no different.
Wildwood Mayor Jim Bolin says this plan could fix what's broken.
The crime issue that's been plaguing the county and the city, it's multifaceted, so we're proposing a multifaceted solution.
He and 3 other county mayors say it's time to curb city and county crime, with ideas like combining prosecutors' offices into one.
It's just a better way to go about prosecuting our criminals, and the residents of both the county and the city would benefit from it.
They say what's broken is obvious. Quote, "We have had endless debates on defunding the police and their performance, or lack thereof, of Kim Gardner."
The crime in St. Louis County and city, it's not just a one-issue situation, involving, for example, Kim Gardner. That is part of it, but it's a broader matter.
Other matters are on the table, like juvenile crime, fentanyl overdoses, and car thefts.
It evidences significant underlying problems and issues that simply aren't getting solved, and it's time to solve them.
Sometimes a crumbling foundation can be saved. Sometimes you need
a whole new building.
I did reach out to St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell's office for comment. He wouldn't comment on this proposal specifically, but he did tell me in part, quote, "I believe the future prosperity of the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County are tied together, and helping each other however we can is a positive thing."
Thank you, Elise. A woman is dead after a crash in North St. Louis after she tried to run from police. Police say an officer saw a car going 80 miles an hour on Interstate 70 and tried to stop the driver. The driver ran a red light near Adelaide and hit a tractor trailer. Police have not released the name of the person who died.
A Lindenwood University freshman has a traumatic brain injury after he was hit by a car. Noah Berger played for the men's lacrosse team and is now in the hospital. He was walking to his dorm Saturday when he was hit. Police say the driver had a green light and Berger was wearing dark clothes. That driver did stay at the scene. There is a GoFundMe for Noah's recovery. For that link, just text the word donate to 314-425-5355.
Today, a Lake St. Louis officer injured when a car hit him was released from the hospital. Officer Kyle Case walked out of the hospital with crutches this morning. He was one of 5 officers injured last month, 3 from Lake St. Louis, 2 from St. Charles. They were investigating a police chase when another car hit them. The driver faces DWI charges.
Now to a live look at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. This morning, Southwest flights there and all over the country were grounded. The delays are because of a tech issue, and it comes after that outage canceled and delayed flights days after Christmas.
Travis Cummings joins us live from Lambert tonight. What's the situation there now, Travis?
Well, Mike, Kelly, hundreds of Southwest airline flights were delayed due to those technical issues, including several right here in Terminal 2 in St. Louis. I just checked the flight board a while ago. We're looking at about 20 flights delayed for those departing St. Louis tonight. You know, this is all a ripple effect. I want to show you how it got started this morning. The company said the brief ground stop this morning was because of, quote, data connection issues resulting from a firewall failure. The spokesperson for Southwest, Dan Lanson, said a vendor-supplied firewall went down and connection to some operational data was unexpectedly lost. Now, this all comes months after the airline canceled thousands of flights around the Christmas holiday due to scheduling computer system issues. I spoke to a woman who was here for a funeral and was unsure if she would make it back home in town for work this evening. She said she didn't know her flight was delayed until she went to check in.
Because, you know, things happen and people are understandable and agreeable, but there's just no communication. And so I think that's really where a big breakdown is that we pay money to fly on these airlines or have points to use, and there's just no communication, so there's not a huge level of trust.
All right, and although things are back up rolling smoothly here, you still want to plan ahead just in case you run into any delays. You can do that by checking your app or checking in with a gate agent once you get here. We're live at St. Louis Lambert International. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.